Alright, what's up guys, this is Emo Man and I'm posting my 5th recorded Wi-Fi battle. Alright, and it's against a guy who goes by Silence from the Maryland forums. Anyway, for this battle I decided to mix things up and go with a Flygon Scarfleet, and I didn't bring my Salamence or my Alakazam, which you can tell sucks right off because either one of them could have killed this stupid Swampert right off the bat. Instead, anyway, I thought he was going to Stealth Rock, and this is a Scarfed Flygon, so my dumbass was thinking, oh, I know, let's outrage him and kill him in 2 shots after he Stealth Rocks. And he's like, Ice Beam, and I die, and that sucked. So now I'm just going to try to burn his Swampert because there's really nothing else I can do because I don't have any grass moves on this team because I don't have my Alakazam. Isn't that great? So I burned this Scizor on the switch in, which is great. That's, if I could have chosen any Pokemon to switch in on a Will-O-Wisp, it would be Scizor. And he's trying to pursue me, and I'm like, dog, I ain't going anywhere. I'm going to wall you all day. You're burned. So I go for that gravity, because my plan is to just start firing off some Earthquakes with Dusknoir, and just hit anything that flying or levitating that tries to switch in, and then I see Celebi. And I really don't like Celebi, because it really likes to wall the vast majority of my team, especially now that I lost my Flygon, which is carrying Fire Blast and U-Turn. Great. So now I go into Probopass, because it's going to take any kind of move that thing wants to do to me, and I'm going to taunt him back, mostly so we can't do something like Substitute or Calm Mind or Baton Pass, which unfortunately he already did. But anyway, now that I've got him taunted, I'm pretty sure his only move is Grass Knot, so I'm just going to go to Mr. Buzz, and a Grass Knot is one of the few moves that Mr. Buzz can, can take like a beast, for lack of a better way to put it. And he does. And do I get all my health back from leftovers? No, almost. So, now I know I can free just set up a substitute and see what he sends in. He goes back to this Scizor, and I was a little puzzled by that, but I don't know. Anyway, I figured he'd Bullet Punch, so I decided to substitute again, because as fast as Ninjask is, Bullet Punch is faster. Let that be a lesson. And I get that substitute off because I'm just trying to get him to, I'm just trying to wear him down a bit from his burn before I Baton Pass out to my Mamoswine. So, he breaks that substitute. And I'm just going to Baton Pass out to Mamoswine because I figured that he can take a Bullet Punch because the Scizor is burned and just finish him off with an Earthquake. But instead, I think he goes for the Superpower here. He outplayed me really, really badly in this battle. And that Superpower right there, I'm assuming he went for, is one of his few mistakes because Mamoswine is a lot faster, especially with a speed boost, so to finish him off. Back to this Celebi, I do the same thing I do every time in this battle, which is go to Probopass to try to taunt him, because it's effective, and Probopass can really take his hits for a long time, even without Sandstorm. So I end up taunting his Swampert, and although Swampert could maim me right now with an Earthquake, that's actually good because now he can't Stealth Rock, and I know he likes Stealth Rock because everyone uses Stealth Rock, because this is the overused battle. And he Earthquakes, and I switch to Dusknoir because I figure he's doing that or some other physical like Waterfall or something like that that Dusknoir can just take. And now I'm going to burn him because I know he probably doesn't have a Heatran because I don't know, I think he would have sent it in by now because if he knows I'm going to start firing off Will-O-Wisps. And I do burn the Swampert, so that's 2 things Dusknoir burned. Of all the bad things that happened to me in this battle, Dusknoir shown the most. And in the future, after this battle, I'm planning on getting rid of my Gravity on this thing, because that's not much of a use now that I don't use a Gravity team anymore. I really just use my Pokemon by themselves. So I'm going to replace that with Shadow Sneak, because I figure that'll be pretty useful, because a lot of things don't take damage from Earthquake because they fly or levitate, and it takes too long to set stuff up with Gravity, and it's really just not worth it. So I know he's going to Stealth Rock now, and I go back into Mr. Buzz before he can, because it's Taunt War. So I go back to Mr. Buzz before he can get those Stealth Rocks up so I don't take a bunch of damage. And I didn't X-Scissor there because I wasn't sure it would kill the Swampert, and I just wanted to be sure that he'd be low enough. Instead, he switches in Lucario, and right here, I made a misclick. I'm not just saying that because I messed up. I honestly meant to hit Baton Pass. I guess I did mess up, but I meant, like, poor judgment mess up. But that was a misclick, and I honestly meant to Baton Pass to Mamoswine because I knew he was going to break my sub, and I knew he had extreme speed, and that really sucked because he already played well enough in this battle, and I really did not need to screw up like that because I really needed Ninjask in the future to deal with this thing right here, this Celebi. And I wanted Baton Pass to Mamoswine to threaten that Lucario or kill him or at least force him out. Yeah, so that kind of sucked. And I'm just going to try to taunt his Celebi again because I'm running out of options. I've lost my Ninjask, I've lost my Flygon. There's really not much I can do to this Celebi, and now I'm really in trouble. So I'm just going to go ahead for the taunt, again, which is pretty predictable, but at least I taunt this Lucario, so at least he can't Swords Dance. And I know he's going to close combat because that's just the perfect thing to hit Magneto with. So I go to Dusknoir to be immune to it, and I'm going to want to break his substitute with an Earthquake, and then I'm going to want to burn him, and here I make my other big mistake of this match. And once again, these are just mistakes that I couldn't afford to make, and it ended up really costing me. And so I decided to just plain go for the Will-O-Wisp right here. Or I didn't decide, I wanted to. My better judgment side was like, Emu Man, burn him. He's going to stay in. He's beating you. And my other half was like, no, he's going to switch to Swampert to take the burn, so Earthquake. Instead, he does something that would have been even better to burn than Lucario, this Salamence, which by the looks of it is physically based because it's got Outrage and a Life Orb. Ugh, and that just turned out to be really bad. And that was ultimately, out of all the stuff that happened to me, that was my biggest downfall, because Dusknoir was really keeping me in this match and losing because he's got a team, basically, of physical attackers. And Dusknoir would have been invaluable if I kept him alive, and I just screwed up right there, that one mistake. So he does, I do go into Magneto because I know he's locked into Outrage. I go for my Magneto's signature move, which is his Zap Cannon. And now I'm going to go for a Gravity because I'm going to want to start launching Zap Cans at him that are more accurate. And I knew he was going to get confused here, and I'm just hoping, my last chance now is to hope that Magneto can kill this thing off, because all I got is him, Mamoswine, and Whiscash, and I need to kill this Salamence before any of them come in, because I just want to have that switch advantage. And unfortunately, he doesn't get confused, so Magneto dies, but I am going to take him down with Mamoswine. But yeah, now he gets to switch him when he wants to, and I just Earthquake there, because that was just my little, in your face, I killed your flying type with my Earthquake, what are you going to do about it, huh? And he's like, well, I'm going to send in Celebi. And right here is my last chance. I think he did that substitute to scout for Ice Shard, which I really want to replace on this Mamoswine. And now this is my last chance. If Mamoswine can survive this Grass Knot and kill Celebi, I can still win, because Whiscash could handle his Lucario, he could handle his Swampert, and he can handle that Metagross that he has that I didn't get to see. And I don't survive that Grass Knot, and that's too bad. If Mamoswine had survived that Grass Knot, he very well could have killed that Celebi, and I very well could have swept the rest of his team with Whiscash, which would have been awesome, but it didn't happen. So I'm just going to spoil it now. Even though Whiscash takes this Grass Knot, which I couldn't have been more proud, because I knew he was going to do it, because he's so light, and that's one of the things I love about him. Everybody turn away. This is where Whiscash dies. I can't stand to watch it. But anyway, that's the match. He beat me 4-0. In fact, Silence, good game, man. You pretty much wiped the floor with me. I'm going to be pretty honest here. Originally, I wasn't going to post this, too. I'm going to be honest. And, right here I lost. And I was like, you know what? I lost. But at least I've still got one thing. Coca-Cola. Isn't that great? Disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by Coca-Cola. So anyway, this last half of the video, I'm just going to say, originally I wasn't going to post that. But I figured, someone compared me to Uton once. It's like, what would Uton do? He'd post this because he would have had fun, and he'd post it anyway. And I told this guy I was going to record, and I'm not going to just go back on my word because I lost. I'm going to take it. I'm going to be a good sport about it and take it like a man. So good game, Silence. You really outplayed me. In fact, you wiped the floor with me. I really wish I could have brought my Alakazam or my Salamence. Not Salamence because he's cheap, but Alakazam. Really hoping to have another battle with you in the future. And good game, dude. Anyway, last 30 seconds, or 40 seconds. I'm back on campus now, of my college, which means my DS can no longer can't connect to Wi-Fi, at least and I'm not going to be able to do that for the rest of this quarter. So I've really enjoyed uploading these Wi-Fi battles for you guys, and that's the reason I do it, because I love seeing your comments, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm not going away. I'm just going to be unable to post for a while, but I'm still going to be just let me know how you feel. If I can get some shoddy battles up, I can narrate those. So I'm not a ghost. I just wanted to tell you that right now. So keep faith, guys. I'll be back eventually. Maybe I'll be on a break sometime and I'll get to post a battle. But until then, Emu Man out.